In today's video, I'm going to take you through 5 incredible plugins made specifically for Divi that are meant to extend what Divi can do. So we're going to link up each one of those plugins below. They'll be time-stamped, and that way it'll make it easier for you to jump around and find the ones that you haven't been exposed to if you're familiar with some of them on the list. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the very first one on this list, which is Divi Overlays. And Divi Overlays is made by our good friends at Divi Life, specifically Tim Streifler. Divi Overlays is cool because Divi does not come with built-in overlays or modals or any of that stuff built into it natively. So what Divi Overlays does is it brings you a whole nother level of functionality. You can see here, there's abilities to do pop-ups, and anything can be included inside of these pop-ups. I mean, anything that you can put inside of the Divi builder. So the way this works is it gives you a whole nother section inside the back end of WordPress. It adds this Divi Overlays, and you go in and it gives you the power of the visual builder to put anything you want. You can click in the menu, and we'll take you through the demo site and show you some examples, but you can click on a button and it can pop up. You can trigger this overlay, and there's a lot of things. So you see a few of these things here. We can watch the promo video. You see here, this is a Divi overlay. It's got a few things here. It's really cool. You can close it, shrinks it back down. It looks amazing, right? You've got different pop-up types. So we'll come down here. You can do an email pop-up. Look how pretty and seamless that is. Promotional sales, pop-up, boom, looks great. Login forms, you have a membership site. You've got that here. Video pop-ups like we just saw. A welcome mat. This is pretty funny, like welcome, sign up, do your thing. It fades in, it fades out. Cart abandonment, wait, don't go, you know, these kind of things. External web pages, if you need to link another page, you can do that as well. Contact forms, so rather than having a full contact page, you want something where you can click a contact button and your site pops up with this. Again, it's completely built around what you want it to look like. And then this content and info pop up, so you can even have it scroll. So there's so many things. Think about this for a restaurant website. You click on the menu, boom, it pops up. It's right there. And we've got some great testimonials. A good friend of ours, Josh Hall over at In Transit Studios and joshhall.co. Josh is a great guy, great teacher, and makes a lot of great content. We'll actually link up his YouTube channel here as well, and his podcast. So there's a few more things. You can do time delays. So time trigger delays is going to take us into a site, and this time trigger, boom, there you go. You're on the page for a certain amount of time, triggers the overlay. And there's a lot of them. Scroll base, you get a certain amount down the page, it triggers the overlay. Manual clicks, text links as well here. So, you know, trigger. Let's see if we can find these. So buttons, trigger with a Divi button or any of those. So trigger from a button too, boom, got it. Let's trigger from text. Text link, boom, trigger. All of these things, an image, trigger. Pretty cool how they've got it set up. It works extremely well. And this is what I think just a completely versatile. It's only limited by your imagination and what you can do in the Divi builder. And that kind of puts the bow on number 1 on Divi Overlays. The second one we're going to go to is Page Builder Everywhere. Now this is a very unique plugin, and it does include some short codes, and it allows you to do a lot of cool things. So as it says here, turn the page builder into a website builder. Now we know we've got the website builder with Divi, with the theme builder specifically, but what this allows you to do is drop designs inside of different modules. So for me, I think of annual versus monthly and a payment. You can create 2 tables, and you can drop a layout inside of another tabs module. So you can have a full-on layout inside of tabs. It also works for e-commerce. You can do reviews and descriptions and do a completely customized layout. So it's huge. The inserter button, the logic behind this. Do you want to display this now? Different item tiles, and it can be based on anything. They really did a nice job here, and you can see inside of this post, this allows you to use, although I know there's a Divi block that can be used for Gutenberg. If you're using the old school Post editor, you can absolutely use Page Builder Everywhere to do that as well. You can just drop your Divi layout right inside of your post. And this is some different ways you can use it. I mean, main area, in the footer, in the header, you have this nice, really nice UI in the widget. It's really simple. You pick your widget, the different layout you want to do. You save it to a library item, pick your widget, and pick your layout. And it's really awesome. So it empowers you to use Divi in more places and more ways. And watch, we'll jump in and I'll show you kind of how it works. So these are a lot of different videos, and I believe this is Miss Sarah Oates. She's awesome. She does some really good tutorials. And you can see here, like, they've got a ton of different support materials. So you can add newsletter call to action on every blog post. You can install, like, it'll show you how to install it, add layouts to a different slider. That's really cool. Footer layouts and a lot of things that have been adopted by the Divi Builder as a whole, but this does still allow you to take it to a whole nother level. So you're gonna absolutely level up your game. And that's Page Builder Everywhere. So the next one is by the same people over at Divi Space. So David Blackman, Corey Jenkins, just some really great people in the space, and people who are doing just what I think is an absolutely phenomenal job creating some really cool products. And this is Divi Switch. And this used to be touted as the Swiss Army knife of Divi plugins because it gave you so many different options and so much control over so many pieces. And we'll show you some of these. So, it says gain control over your website's appearance with 50+ switches to customize Divi. So you can remove the main header underline. You can create an app style menu, which allow you to shrink it on desktop, phone numbers clickable, burger text menu, so many different options in the header. Same thing with the footer. Remove bullet points from the footer. That's an interesting one that was added not that long ago. Stop footer floating on empty pages, which will basically take the footer and push it down and make it at least attached to the bottom. And if your page extends, it'll keep pushing it down. It's a really cool feature. Something if you have a very short page, this comes in handy. So replace footer widgets with layout. So this is cool. You can put a whole layout inside of a footer widget. You got the main content where you can remove the divided line in the sidebar, and these are really geared towards using default Divi. So if you're going and really taking things to the next level inside the theme builder, you probably won't use every single one of the switches, but what's nice is that you do have the option. And then there's some enhancements. You can change the breakpoint, so where it shrinks and where it changes into being mobile and tablet view. I think that's huge. Change default select page text on the center menu. That's cool because it just says select page, which looks a little funky to people. They're like, I don't know what that means. You want to change it, you can change it to menu, you can change it to whatever you want. And there's just so many other options here, and it takes away the time of coding. So I used to use this plugin on every single one of my sites, and I still use it on quite a few, depending on the scope of the project. Sometimes I go completely custom and fix them myself, and other times I go this route because it's a great plugin, and it's just, again, really well done. And I just love Divi Switch, Divi Space. I think Divi Space and that team does a phenomenal job. So that wraps up Divi Switch. We're going to move on to number 4, which before I jump over into it is one of those that if you're a developer, if you're building websites for clients, this is one of those. Conceptually, maybe this isn't the plugin for you, but maybe it is. But conceptually, what you need to have for every one of your clients is a resource, is a way for them to fully understand the website they have, the power of what they have, and to present value to your clients. And that's what this does. So we'll jump in here, and it's again by Divi Life, our buddy Tim Streifler, and it's the Divi-Welcome plugin. And we'll click into here, and what it allows you to do is to build a layout with the visual builder, with the Divi builder, and then set it as the dashboard. So you can have customer support hours. You can have a contact form if people need to submit any kind of maintenance that needs to be done. You can put your blog post in there. You can actually push your RSS feed there. You can do anything, literally anything you can put in on the front end of a website, you can put into this dashboard. And it's powerful because it gives your people, your clients, a place to go as soon as they log into the website. So a place that they know, a place that they're comfortable going to, and it gives them the information they need to find the answers when something isn't right. They know how to get to you, they know your website, they know your process for submitting submitting support requests, and you can do even more. I mean, you can continue to go build out different dashboards. They've got some things that come with it by default. They've got some layouts, and that's what's really cool about what Divi Life does, is that they do, for all of their plugins, they provide you with some options for layouts. I have personally used the Divi dashboard welcome on just about every client site, especially from 2016, 17, 18, and even into 2019. I need to get back into putting this on my sites, at least in a base form, but what I've transitioned to is doing a complete client resources page, and even an option for them to log in and have resources for clients that way. So I've kind of gotten away from the Divi dashboard welcome, but that does not make it less of a valuable plugin. I think if you're building for sites, this is a hell of a plugin to use to get going, and this could become part of your stack well into, massive agency if you decide to grow it, or it's something that will make just bring added benefit to your clients regardless of how long you do this. And we're going to jump into the very last one, number 5, and that is Divi Bars. The Divi Bars is basically like Divi Overlays, but instead of being full page overlays, it's going to be across the very top of your page. So right up there, you're going to have a bar that can drop down, and it's meant to be promotional. So if you need to, we'll go to the demo site, but if you need to share something, don't forget to breathe. If you need to have a promo bar that pops up that's promoting a product, you've got that option. You saw it waited a little while and then it popped in and the button's jiggling. I think those are great things. Like it's super good. And here's some of the options around it. It's perfectly timed triggers for what you're trying to accomplish. Time delays, scroll delays, exit intent, just like Divi Overlays. Top or bottom placement, you can stick to the header or you can scroll. There's close buttons, cookie control. You can customize the close button that's over here. And it's not just for marketing. It can be a user design tool. So you'll see here, and it's pretty easy to see. And you click on this, it drops down the Divi bar, and it gives you the restaurant's hours of operation, or there's contact forms, and it's really up to you. And this is what I was talking about just a second ago. All of these different bars or options that come with your purchase of Divi Bars. So you have templates that were built for you by a really solid team. They want to bring value, they want to provide you value, and yeah, on top of that, you can also grow your email list because it's integrated with all of these. So the Divi opt-in module is integrated with all of these different email marketing clients. So, you've got everyone, all the big ones, ConvertKit, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, HubSpot, Aweber, all of them, Constant Contact. All of these things are things that are platforms that people, they're really mainstream. So it connects with it, it makes life easy. And for a single site license, unlimited Divi Bars for $24 for a year. That's pretty cheap. If you're going to be doing this as a developer, all of these, I would highly recommend doing the lifetime plan if you're going to be developing a lot of sites, because it's such a great value. If you build 5 websites using Divi Bars, it pays for the lifetime. So if you can put that on a lot of different client websites, it's going to pay for itself. And so that kind of brings this whole thing home. That's number 5. That closes out each one of the 5. So to recap real quick, number 1 is Divi Bars. Number 2 is Page Builder Everywhere, where you can insert different layouts and modules inside of other modules. Number 3 is Divi Switch, the Swiss Army knife of Divi. Slice and dice, get all these different things done like that inside of Divi. And then number 4 was Divi Dashboard Welcome. This is 100% client-based. Build a dashboard, build some place where they can go to have the resources they need and the way to contact you if something happens to their site. Number 5 is Divi Bars. Perfect for all things promotional and or as a user experience, where you can click on hours and the whole thing slides down and gives you the hours of operation. That is the top 5. Now, one thing I didn't do, and I said I was going to do, is Divi Mega Menu. Let's go and find Divi Mega Pro. So this is another plugin by my good buddy Tim over at Divi Life. And you can see a theme here. I really like their program. I really like their plugins. Their products are phenomenal. And on top of that, they're from people in the industry who I know are committed to not just the industry, not just WordPress, not just Divi, but they're committed to the community, which is huge. They've been here for years. They're going to be here for years. They're going to update their products, and their products work extremely well. So Divi Mega Pro, just like Divi Bars, just like Divi Overlays, gives you the power of the Divi Visual Builder, and it gives it to you to where you can do these mega menus like specifically inside of the Visual Builder. So here's one example, contact form. You hover over this and it drops down with that mega menu. Here's another one, you know, if you wanted to do your blog, you can drop down here and here's your different options. You know, we've also got things like this where you hover over this and it shows the checkout form for WooCommerce. Very useful, very Shopify-ish, great user experience. And I've personally used this one too. I mean, I've absolutely used this. You got this blog where there's some tabs. You hover over these and it switches to categories. Great for a high volume blog. Again, this is another one. It's just a bonus I wanted to throw in there, just as something for you to hopefully bring you some more value. But all the links for all 6 of these are going to be below. You know the game. They are affiliate links. Don't feel obligated to use them, but if you do, it would help support the channel. It'll help give us a little bit of dollars here and there to continue to make this great content, or at least what we think is great. Hopefully you think it's great. If you think it's great, let us know with a like below. And if you love these kind of videos, if you love what we're doing here on the channel, trying to give you as much value in WordPress and business and Divi as we possibly can, a subscribe would be awesome. And if you really truly love not only the content but the way I deliver it, hit the bell notification, turn on notifications. That way you're the first person in line when we drop a new video. So I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you being here, you being subscribed to the channel. If this is your first time, welcome in. I'm super happy to have you here. We can't thank you enough. I super duper appreciate you and everything that you're doing in life. Go out there, stay safe, be kind. We'll see you in the next video.